What's up, though? What's up, though? I know. Let me get this. Let me raise this up real quick, bruh. What's good? How y'all living, man? What's up? Sorry for the shaky cam. It'll get better, I promise. You just there, bow, bow. Yeah, yeah. What's good? Waiting people to get in. No, yeah, yeah. What's up? Ugh. I'm just, on that editing swag. I should be able to chat with you actually on here while that's going. So let me just double check that I could do that. Let me see. What's good? How y'all living, man? Danny, what's good? Marcel, so what's up? What's up with you? How are you guys, man? I want to. Okay, yeah. So it's live there. I'll just mute this then. Cool. There we go. What's good? You're a Raiders fan? Not all right. So I hadn't. So I just, if you guys didn't know, I just taught a dance workshop in Melbourne over the past weekend, and I usually dance with hats, but I haven't worn a hat in so long because I haven't been dancing. So I was like, let me see what hat I want to wear because I usually, it's like a different persona. You know what I'm saying? So I put, we usually wear a do-rag and a hat. If you guys haven't seen that, I have the video over on the Phantom Troop site as well. If you guys aren't aware about the Phantom Troop, bro, y'all need to head over there for real. We actually, it's actually super, I love it over there. For people that have been over there, you guys know what's up. I'll put a link in the chat in a second. But anyways, I usually teach with a hat and a do-rag just because it's a different vibe. So I needed a hat, and I was like, you know what? I'm from Vegas, so I was like, we the Raiders now. So I was like, let me just represent real quick. I honestly don't even watch football, so I couldn't even tell you who's on what team. But I was like, I went to this hat shop there, and they had a Raiders hat, and I was like, let me just grab one of them real quick. You know what I'm saying? Atomic, what's good, bro? But yeah, what's good, everybody? How was popping? I was just like, you know what? Because I was supposed to be on the after show right now with Toshi, but Toshi is currently on. He's on set for the Sherman Showcase. So I was like, well, I gotta edit some videos. So why don't I chat with you guys while we do that? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing right now. So for those that don't know, which is the beautiful thing about having the laptop now, is just being able to, I can leave my studio and actually work. That's something that I feel like a lot of creators that work off of desktops don't, I think, value enough. And to be fair, it really depends on the type of laptop you may have. You know what I'm saying? But if you can get a laptop as well as a desktop to edit your shit, the ability to just kind of go places and edit is great. So I was like, you know what? It's raining today. Let me go out in the backyard and edit. It's a nice vibe out here. So I was like, might as well do that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear some wildlife because I live in Australia. So you're gonna hear all types of crazy shit. But BOG said, well, that's a nice hat. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. I do need to. I swear I ain't seen a guy with so much drip until I found your channel. Really? You think so? I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it a lot, bro. Thank you so much, bro. I mean, there's a lot of creators out there that have really dope fashion sense. So I appreciate that compliment, man. But yeah, so today really, I'm about to edit Vox Machina for YouTube. It's already up over on Patreon, but hey, do you know the football team? Hey, you don't know the football team, but respect for representing, bro. I would have done the same. Yeah, bro. I mean, you gotta represent where you're from, especially when you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like me being here, I always be like, yeah, I'm from Vegas. They're like, oh, what? Like, there's just, you gotta represent, bro. You have to. Like, you have to represent. So that's what I'm doing. Had to do it. I'm just trying to shrink this window for myself Can I actually bring this out? Pop out chat. Sweet. Awesome. There we go. And I can minimize this. Sweet. Pro Hero said, I am here. Well, so am I. And I appreciate you for stopping by, bro. So yeah, at the moment, like I said, I'm editing Vox Machina at the moment for the second episode. So we can throw that up on YouTube soon. But yeah, I've been really enjoying Vox Machina, by the way. It's such a dope story. Like, I really, really fuck with it. Favorite Hashira? You know what? I really wish that I knew the Hashira's names more, to be honest with you. And I've only seen what the anime has shown me. And regardless of how the aesthetic looks, I always get drawn to a character's personality. You know what I'm saying? Like their focus on shit. You know what I'm saying? So like mindset and all that. So like Uzi is dope for certain reasons, and Rengoku is dope for certain reasons. You know what I mean? Like those two, there's just something that, I don't know, there's just something that's super fire about both of them, but in their own respects. You know what I mean? Like they have a really dope personality, but they're also focused on completely different things. So my man said, let's go. Get to see the GOAT at work. Take notes. I mean, look, I don't want to say that I'm killing the game like that, you know? We just trying to get as much shit done. Like today, just for instance, we have this edit I have to knock out. So I was like, all right, I got to knock this edit out. I got to get a 7 Deadly Sins reaction in for Patreon. I got to upload some exclusive stuff over to the Phantom Troop. And then I have to, I have an Ismahawk meeting for, we just got hired to do a pilot trailer for a movie that's coming out, which is really fucking sick. So we have a meeting for that. And then after that, I have a meeting with Bree because we have to get a lot of this stuff sorted for the dance show we just produced, because we have some major investments from investors that want to become part of what we're doing and build this shit to, you know, Cirque du Soleil levels, which is fucking sick. So we have to do all the, you know, I guess paperwork and all that stuff for the proposals. So I have that I have to do today as well. Plus still get some other reactions in for YouTube. So it's gonna be a thick day for sure. Bluntastic with the super chat, bro. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man, so much. You watching Jujutsu Kaisen movie? You know what? I need to see when it drops here. Let me just pull this up really quick, because that's the challenge with Australia. Let me see. I think it's Madman. I just want to see when it drops here, because that is a whole other scenario. Let's see, films coming soon. Let me see. Anime. I don't know exactly when it drops here in Australia. I know it's soon though. March 18th in the US. Okay, so it's probably somewhere around the same time. Let me just see. Can I search on here? It says March. Oh, let's go back to films. Let me see. See y'all. Interesting. I don't see it on here, but I know it's coming. Let me see. Event cinemas. I really wish that some of the movie stuff here was just better sorted. It's really not that sorted. See, March. Oh, there we go. Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, so the 17th is the first day that it's showing here. Let me see. Is it in Kumara? Is it Rubina and Pack Fair? And see what. So yeah, the 17th. See, that's annoying. There's not one that actually has Dolby Atmos. That's the most annoying thing about movies here is there's not a lot of theaters that actually have Atmos. So like in the States, you have a lot that have them, and then you have obviously like AMC theaters that have the Prime theaters with the Atmos and the digital projection. That shit is, when I'm in the States, that's where I go all the time. If I'm going to the movies, I'm AMC Prime, period. Or if I'm in LA, it's either AMC Prime or Chinese theater. Like that's the only, you know what I'm saying? So I like sound. Like the sound has to be A1, right? So here in Australia, there's not a lot of theaters. Like Event Cinemas has their, I think it's called VMAX. It's not IMAX, but it's called VMAX, and they have Atmos in some of them, but the projection isn't like, you know, 4K digital projection. It's not like a high end like dual laser projector type of situation. So the sound is good, but it's not like AMC Prime good. And then the video projection is okay, but it could be better. My man said, "You're in Australia. How's it done?" Yeah, I mean, I've been here for 5 years. So if you guys have been following me for the last 5 years, I've been here. This is where I've been. When are you reacting to Boruto Chapter 67? I mean, I would have been doing it today with Toshi, but he's on set right now for Sherman Showcase Season 2. So yeah. What episode of 7 Deadly Sins are you on? I'm on, let me pull it up. I'll pull it up right now. Let's see, Netflix. Oh, I gotta pull up Chrome. Let me pull this up. Let me see. Netflix. I'm on. Your monthly price is increasing to $15.49 on March 20th. That's what Netflix just told me. They're like, look, $15.49 for Netflix. Obviously, it's probably Australian dollars, so yeah. I'm on episode 5 of season 5 on Netflix. So I've been enjoying season 5 so far. Like the animation looks a lot better. At least I think it looks a lot better. What do you think about the mangas you're currently I mean, on Cyberhype we're doing like Tabate. We're doing Tabate, Omniscient Reader, Tower of God. What else are we doing? Omniscient Reader, Tower of God, Tabate. There's another one that we're doing. I think there is. Maybe there's not. Maybe there is. I think those might be the only 3 at the moment then, because we were reading Solo Dolo, but that one's done. So, Big O, Boji said, you got me on to Ranking of Kings. Thank you for that. I fucks with it. Got any newer anime suggestions? First of all, thank you for the $5 super chat, bro. I appreciate you, bro. I honestly, bro, like, I would really say is just the stuff that I'm watching at the moment, YouTube just doesn't put out. It doesn't promote it. So some people just don't even know that I do reactions still. And they're like, oh, I thought you were done. I thought you were done doing reactions. And I'm like, what? So, so it's really, it's annoying. You know what I'm saying? But at the moment, Ranking of Kings is like the newest, that and The Legend of Vox Machina. If you're not watching that, I'm telling you, that shit is fucking fire. It's fucking awesome. And I haven't been into D&D before. I heard of D&D, I'm aware of D&D, but I haven't really dove into it. And seeing that is based on Critical Role's story that they made, that they played through, is so sick to me. It's so awesome. So I was like, yo. So me and Toshi were trying to plan a one-shot for the after show or something like that to do our own. We so fucking sick. Matteo Tomasi, what up, bro? How are you? Let's see. Did you watch the NBA 20 All-Star game? I did not. I saw some of the highlights, but I haven't really been, I haven't really been doing anything else, like with like basketball and sports like that. I just don't have time to sit there and watch whole games. I've been watching reactions ever since you were showing the camera your computer screen. Oh, right, exactly. Yeah. When I was watching like on my laptop or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about going back to something like that. I'm just trying to find ways of making the edit easier. You know what I'm saying? Just watch me. What's up? How are you? Um, that's kind of been my thing, right? Like, what's gonna be the easiest workflow? Because I know a lot of you guys come here to support me with the reactions, and obviously it depends on what I'm reacting to and all that stuff, which is completely fair, right? Because not everybody watches all the same stuff. Um, but I do know for a fact also that YouTube is not promoting my shit. So regardless if you may wanted to catch a reaction or just support it, like it's not promoting it. So with that being said, I want to try to make my editing process as streamlined as possible. You know what I'm saying? So I know some of you guys are like, man, like it sucks that like some reactions that'll pop up, the audio won't be synced with the anime properly. It's because I'm recording, everything you see is recorded at one time. So I don't record everything separate anymore. I record everything into OBS, the overlay, all that shit's recorded in at one time. So overlay, myself, the anime, it's reversed, the subtitle shit, both my audio and the anime audio, and simultaneously recording that and the Patreon video that's unedited, right? Which is the regular shit if you've seen Patreon. All that's recording at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I edit, I'm just more so going through and cutting things down, and then I put over like the the black bars, the Patreon supporters for the Absolutely Geek tier, my call to action stuff like check out Patreon, all that stuff, the music shit, like all that stuff is added in the edit, but everything else is done prior. So while that helps in the editing time process, it also hinders my ability to make corrections. So it's finding the point of diminishing returns, because before I was like early I was recording myself, recording the anime separate, and then going into my editor and then layering those, and you have full flexibility, but the amount of time it would take to render that type of shit is really a lot. Like it's regardless of the computer, like my camera would, if I'm recording directly off my camera, that image is 6K, and then it would downsample to 4K, but it's in ProRes. So a half an hour video in that format is like, I don't know, like 90 to 120 gigs. And then the anime I'm recording is whatever it is. And then I'm bringing that in, layering them. Then I have to take the anime, copy that entire thing, crop it to the subtitles. So now I have two versions of the anime running, the audio of the anime, my recording, my audio, and then I'm cutting all that down. So it's a lot to render, you know what I'm saying? So I think in that regard, how I'm doing it now is better for the render time and stuff like that, but also it leaves me less room for flexibility if I need to correct some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just finding that balance. Bayo, what's good, bro? Dex said, yo, what's good? Novice said, bro, how's your day? My day is going pretty well, man, considering that I have so much shit to do today.
You know what time it is.
You know what time it is. Can you guys hear that? So yeah, but Vox Machina is such a dope anime. If you guys aren't watching it, I mean, it's not really an anime, but it's not an anime. Let's say that it's not an anime, but it's fucking dope. Justin said, "No cap, you lost me on that breakdown 30 seconds ago." Oh no. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But just know that it's a lot of footage. It's a lot of files. Like the file is a large size if I do it how most reactors would probably do it. So I don't do it that way. So while it does help me on the editing time, because I have other shit I have to do outside of YouTube, because a lot of times YouTubers have YouTube. That's what they do full time if they are a full-time YouTuber like myself. So they'll do as much content as they can. That's all they really do, right? Your hair getting a refresh, eh? I mean, my hair look crazy right now, but you know. But I think in that regard, because I have a lot going on right now, like with Ismahawk, like us with the movie shoot that we're gonna be shooting pretty soon, the trailer for that movie. We have like me and Bree with our show, me, Bree, and Hara with our show for like the actual like stage show that we've been producing, that we did our first run for. That's been going crazy, and that's a whole other thing. I have a clothing line that I'm finishing up right now. Like the name and all that stuff will be revealed pretty soon. Probably over in the Phantom Troop before anybody else, just because like that's like the back the inner circle shit, the backstage vibes. That's like, hey, like if you want to see behind the curtain and be a part of the community on that side, that's kind of where everything is kind of revealed at. But that's going to be revealed soon. But a lot of this stuff though is, I do a lot of extra shit that's outside of reaction. So my workflow on the reaction side of things has to be really quick. It's got to be a quick turnaround, but still have a quality of aesthetic that I want, you know? Which is a little, it's tough because there are certain things that I would like to watch and do, but I don't really have the time to watch every show and all, you know what I'm saying? I really wish I did. I really wish I did. And I hope that people that do come to see my stuff, they at least see that I'm trying to create as, you know, the best quality stuff as I possibly can, given everything else that I'm doing. And I think that's one thing too, like with the Phantom Troop that I created, is having that, you know, veil, so you guys can, like, removing the veil so you guys can see what happens behind the scenes of stuff that I'm working on. Like, so a lot of you are like, yo, where you been at? And the people that know that were in the Phantom Troop knew that I was in Melbourne teaching workshops and shit. Y'all saw the dance class shit before everybody. You know what I'm saying? So there is that other side of stuff that, you know, isn't really for the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like even in that regard, it may not be something that people actually want to spend time watching. I honestly don't know if the reaction channel itself, if everybody that comes for the reactions want to see that, because to be honest, like if it's not a particular anime that you guys watch, you really don't watch my other stuff anyways. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, well, would they really care about the other shit that I do if they don't really care about other animes that I watch that they're maybe not watching, you know? So it's just trying to find like that balance. Yeah. But the Legend of Vox Machina, somebody said, waiting for Toji to release his turtleneck clothing. God damn. Not the turtleneck clothing line. My dude said, Dex said, I just finished Vox Machina the other day. Definitely a nice binge watch for show. Right? It's really cool, right? I'm liking it. I like how adult it is, for sure. Oh. Oh. Toast. Yo, it's so funny because I think people think that the things that I say are like premeditated on, like, I want to be funny or I'm trying to be whatever. I be reacting to my own reactions as I'm editing it, like actually laughing at myself. Because like some of the facial expressions I be making, like, bro, what? Yeah, he's going Zadio. Slim Shady said, can you recommend an anime for me to watch? I love Demon Slayer and want another show full of action with minimal childlike comedy and relief. If you haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen, I would highly recommend Jujutsu Kaisen if you haven't seen it. I think Jujutsu is probably one of the best animes to implement action, comedy, story, and drama in virtually every single episode, and at a level that is S tier every episode. I personally think it's MAPPA's best like action anime that they've produced. I personally like just like all together, right? There's going to be certain things I think that MAPPA does in certain animes that may in certain categories that peak a little higher. So for instance, if you have seen God of High School, I think the fighting animation in God of High School is revolutionary because of the mocap shit and all that, right? So I think it in the fights themselves has a higher quality and a uniqueness to it than Jujutsu, but it lacks in how it tells its story, the pacing of the episodes, those types of things. So there may be other animes that it does, like certain categories, better than Jujutsu, but I think Jujutsu has, in every category what I was talking about, story, action, drama, you know, animation, all those categories, it does everything at a high tier across the board. So yeah, just my personal opinion. Bayo said, did you hear Fire Force manga ended and Dr. Stone manga is ending next week? I did not know. I really want to read the mangas for both of them, but I also just want to watch the animes because I do like the animes as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a manga reader of those two. Are they really dope? Oh, double got snatched up, dropped. I'm reading the manga for Jujutsu Kaisen. I can assure you that season 2 is going to be a banger. Hey man, Jujutsu Kaisen is a problem. Like, it's actually really dope. So you be doing YouTube and Patreon. So you be doing YouTube and Patreon as a side hustle? No, I mean, it's my main, like, YouTube and Patreon is like my main thing that I do at the moment, but everything else that I do around that will probably eclipse it within the next year as far as just like financial stuff. Like my biggest thing is trying to have as many streams of income as possible, right? Just in case if something falters, right? Like if YouTube for whatever reason sets my whole channel down, I'm not like left high and dry. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh damn, like what do I do now type shit. So I always want some kind of flexibility with verticals that I'm in. I will eventually start getting back into like music production and singing and stuff like that, like actually producing music again. But I think I'm waiting for my era of music to flip again. So my era of music would be like that I create, the sound that I create is usually around like late 90s, early 2000s. And we're starting to get into that right now. A lot of the samples and stuff like that are coming from that era. So as soon as I really know that we're sitting there, then I'm gonna start creating some more shit music-wise. For those that you don't know, I have an album on iTunes that I did in like 2005. It's like a long time ago. Yeah, so I want to get back into that, but it just really depends on the timing for that. Justin said Mappa got the Infinity Stones at AOT, Jujutsu Kaisen, Jogu Karaku, Chainsaw Man, and Vinland Saga. Here's the thing, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Personally, I think Mappa is one of the top animation studios. Just get that clear right off the top, right? The challenge that I have with Mappa is, just like any studio, they have their art style. They have like their signature on stuff, right? Like any studio, like any artist has like their signature. The problem with AOT is AOT has been given to us in 3 seasons by a particular studio. So there's an expectation and a texture and a feel of an anime that we've come to expect. So when season 4 comes at Mappa with AOT, that whole expectation is completely flipped because it's softer, it's more refined, it's not as gritty. The motion isn't as accelerative, like it doesn't have the punchiness that the previous 3 seasons of AOT had. If AOT started with Mappa, I don't think anybody would really have an issue. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be fine. But I think because Wit Studios has that type of, they know how to get the visceral feel of those types of animes, the velocity in which the Titans move, or when they're using their is it the ODM gear? I keep forgetting what the fucking term is for those things, but when they're flying around and shit, the acceleration that they have, the velocity in which they, like how they move, is way different. I challenge you guys to go back and watch some of those scenes from the previous season to compare it to, and I promise you, it's not even close. And it's not a knock at Mappa. It's just Wit does certain things better for that type of anime. Vinland Saga is another worry that I have. Vinland Saga had like the fight sequences, there's a grittiness to it, right? There's a grittiness to it. There's a graininess to how it looks. It doesn't seem polished. It has an older feel to it of how the art is drawn. And again, the velocity of attacks, like the impacts. Wit just does that type of like gruesome, visceral action and drama on another level, personally, in my opinion, right? So that's my only concern about Mappa taking over Vinland Saga. Now with Jujutsu Kaisen, Mappa's the only one that's done Jujutsu Kaisen right now. So that's the only thing we see. And it's awesome, right? So I think that's what I'm getting at is we have like a particular, you know, I'm glad Wit is doing Ranking of Kings. Ranking of Kings is another example. Even though the character designs are strange, again, it doesn't look over polished. Over polished means like if you look at Dragon Ball Z versus Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z has an edginess to how it's drawn. Like it doesn't seem perfect and clean and whatever. Dragon Ball Super looks more like a cartoon. Like the lines are refined, they're thicker. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things about it that look more cartoonish than anime. And while I still like Dragon Ball Super, visually, like the texture of the animation and the art style of Dragon Ball Z, I'm always going to go towards because I like that gritty nature of it, right? And there's actual like film grain aesthetic to it. In the same way you look at Mushoku Tensei. Mushoku Tensei is the same thing. It has like a film grain to it. It doesn't seem over polished. It has a raw nature to it that, I don't know, like I like that versus like the higher polish on some of the animation stuff. But just my personal opinion. But yeah, so I'm just looking at some of your comments. Which studio went crazy with the hand-drawn animation? They went over a single frame thousands of times. Wit is crazy, bro. Like, they're just a crazy studio. I just love how they animate that type of stuff, right? Like, I haven't seen everything that they've done in the same way that I haven't seen everything that MAPPA has done. But I think even in that, though, right? Like, the budget isn't the key factor for great animation. I'll put it to you like this, right? And I know a lot of people usually come back to me with this, like, well, money's not everything. In production, money is a gigantic guiding factor. Now, if certain animators aren't available, obviously, right? If they're like, oh, well, we want to hire such and such, but he's not available for that. That is what it is, right? But usually guiding a production, money is always the first factor. I say this when I get hired to do film shit or whatever, or even with Ismahawk. There's three things: cheap, good, and fast, right? But you can only pick two. So if you want it cheap and you want it fast, it will not be good, right? Think of weekly shonens that come out every week. One Piece, Boruto. The animation fluctuates. Certain weeks it's really fire because they've been working on it for a really long time and they have the money for it. But other weeks where the budget isn't too high, it's not really that good, right? If you want it fast and good, it's not going to be cheap. So it's like, all right, well, I want this turnaround to be this quick and I need it to be this level. Great. Well, you're going to have to throw a lot of money at it because we need to hire extra people. We need to make sure we get the best people on board, which means they need to be compensated because they have to put other work on the back burner to cover your shit right now. Does that make sense? So those three things, you can only pick two of them. So while, yes, animation isn't really guided primarily, like isn't guided only by finances, it is a gigantic deciding factor in any production. So sure, so I got nothing. Look, I'm not saying that you don't know the anime industry. What I am saying though is money drives productions. Like that's just what happens. Like that's just what happens. You know what I mean? So I think in that regard, like I said, you may be right as far as like, hey, certain people are available, certain people may be tied to certain studios, and that is what it is, and they just have to go with what they go with. Or just because Japanese, well, it seems from the outside, Japanese animation studios say, hey, look, you're going to sit in here for years on end and do this shit, and hopefully you put out the best work you possibly can. Could be a whole other thing culturally, right? But what I am saying that is money is a massive factor in any production, is what I'm saying. Do you think we'll get AOT movie if the season doesn't reach the end of the manga? I really hope not. I really hope not. I feel like the way that the anime is set up, it needs to finish in the anime. Not we'll get to a certain point and then, hey, we're gonna watch a movie to watch the. I think that would actually irritate me. I think even as a fan of AOT, I think that would irritate me because in that regard, if you look at it from a Jujutsu Kaisen perspective, Jujutsu Kaisen for me is. I'm not Jujutsu Kaisen. Demon Slayer. The entertainment arc had levels of animation that looked like the 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 train arc before it. Like the quality of animation was so fucking high in the entertainment arc. I was like, did they just keep the movie level animation for the rest of the fucking season? Like that's what it looked like, right? So maybe it's because they had so much money come in from that they could, but yeah. Do you not read Webtoon on Twitch today? Tafad, yeah, we usually do it today, but Toshi is currently on set for Sherman Showcase Season 2, so we just weren't able to do it. This fucking anime is so good. So he's at and Zero, are you asking? Oh, because you guys are talking about the other shit. Ufotable's crazy though, bro. Yeah. He said, all hell Ufotable. Yeah, they're on some extra shit right now, bro. They're on some extra shit. Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to get some more JoJo in throughout the week. I'm just trying to find the balance with everything that's going on right now. I think you should check out Ancient Magnus Bride. What is it based on? Like, what is it actually based on? Like, see? How do you feel if we're going after a what? How do you feel if you were going after a girl and she chooses a different guy, but then your best friend 6 months later starts chilling with that guy? I feel like you broke the bro code. I mean, I don't fucking know. Like that doesn't bother me though. Like I think it just depends on you. Like, how do I explain this? People choose. People make choices, and then you move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like that guy had nothing to do with you. That guy was just interested in the same girl you were, right? He's not an enemy. She just chose that person for whatever reason, right? Cool. But outside of that, it's like your bro is still your bro, right? Like I don't know your bro's relationship either. Like I don't know how you guys are, but like that wouldn't bother me though. It's like, all right, well, that person chose. But again, I'm not really caught up in that type of stuff either though, you know? So if you choose, then you choose. Like, all right, well, you chose. All right, next, keep it pushing. So I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Bayo said you're watching my favorite part of JoJo at the moment. Okay. I mean, I'm definitely liking it.
Same feeling I had around the dragon.
It's a really dope feeling. Just the tone of it I like a lot. Not they teaming her. Don't do that. Don't do that. I just started watching Demon Slayer recently. I don't think I would. I didn't think I would be my type of anime. It's so good. Oh, gosh, it would be your type of anime. Got you. He said Rengoku. Yeah. Adonis hit us with Aaron's. You have a choice. Keep moving forward. I'm not talking about you have a choice. She chose. You know what I'm saying? Like, she chose. Cool. Keep it pushing. Like, a lot of people make decisions, and sometimes they regret those decisions later on or whatever, but, you know, like, that's just life. Like, you get to the point of just understanding, like, when it comes to people, you have no control over them and their decisions, right? You can only have control over your actions and how you move. So, ultimately, it really comes down to, like, all right, well, like, for me, if I was in a scenario like that, it'd be like, all right, cool, well, either I didn't have enough value to that person for them to be like, oh shit, I wasn't their type, right? cool. Like, all right, next. Like, does that make sense? I can only focus on things I can control. I can't focus on something that I can't. Like, oh, well, why didn't she pick me? Or why is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that I can really focus on it. Just got to try to not stress over things that, bro, you can't, bro. You just can't. Like, you'll get into a point where you're so focused on how to get people to like you versus just trying to make yourself as fucking valuable as possible, right? And it's real simple stuff. Like, guys, our stuff is all result based. Like, for real, right? There's gonna be certain things about like how we look at relationships is very different from how women look at relationships. And I think that culturally we have to get to that understanding. We don't look at the opposite sex the same. We look at different things. Guys are very visual, and what they want to provide is different from what women want to provide. It's very different. I think culturally we just get to this point of the whole equal thing means equal outcome, equal. It's like, no, like we have different things to offer. Does that make sense? So what do I mean by that? I mean, when you look at in mass, right? I'm generalizing right now. So I know people are like, oh, but you're generalizing. But just hear me out. Most men their status is predicated on their level of success. Let's just be honest, right? Financial, physical, influence. So why do you think you have certain celebrities that are male that tend to get away with certain things that guys that are average can't? Such and such cheated on this person or had a whatever with this person, but their wife stayed. Or they have Nick Cannon has how many baby mamas and just keep it going, right? It doesn't look as crazy because he has the level, he has the financial stability to maintain all those kids. And you see what I'm saying? So it's very different with men when it comes to some of these things because it's all based on results. So, there's going to be certain things that we have limited to us based on genetics. Like, I can't get taller. I'm just this height. Okay, cool. Well, what do I know? I know a lot of women like really tall guys, right? Not every woman, but a lot of women like having tall guys because it makes them feel secure. Cool, that's fine. But in my regard, I'm like, all right, well, what are things that I have control over? I have control over my fitness. Okay, well, even though I'm this height, my body's in check, right? My aesthetic is in check. Cool. So I want to make sure that I'm adding results in other areas. My finances or the things that I'm building are more in check than the average whatever, right? So those are things that I'm looking at. So if it comes to the point of somebody wanting to, look at me as a partner, a mate or whatever, they're looking at criteria. Let's just keep it a stack. That's just what it is. So results is really what it comes down to, I think, majority of time for men. And it as sad as it sounds, like, people don't give a fuck about our emotions. They don't care. They can say, like, oh, I want to, but if you was crying all the time to your girlfriend, she'd get over that shit real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. Like, you could be open, but there's always a level of that. You know what I'm saying? So, Geek, have you looked at the spring season yet? I've only heard some of the animes that are coming out. And I'm really excited about some of them. Women want to be loved, men want to be respected. I asked my husband if that's true for them. He said that respect and gratefulness means so much to them. Yeah, I mean, it's just different, right? Like, it's just different. It's one of those things too. And again, I'll probably catch flack for this, but it's understanding that even though we, like, men and women are a lot alike, there are specific things that are different between us genetically and hormonally, right? I'll give you an example. If you tell a woman, or if a woman tells you, look, I'm on my period right now, I'm emotionally whatever, X, Y, and Z, we understand that that's what they go through every month, right? They have these moments where their emotions are wild, and they'll tell you, look, I'm on my period right now, I'm probably just X, Y, and Z, cool. And it's our job to be like, you know what, Cool. Fine. But on the other side of it, hormonally, women are like, all guys think about is sex. Yes, that's because we have testosterone. Like that's a hormone. Like that's hormonally an issue for us. It's challenging as fuck, right? But see what I'm saying? But now it's looked at as, all you give a fuck about is this. It's like, well, I really don't have a lot of control over some of that stuff. Like I know it seems really easy to you because you don't have an overwhelming boost of testosterone in your body. But if you had a dick and balls, you would understand what the fuck I'm talking about, right? So it's one of those things where I think culturally, society-wise, we try to shape things into being in the same bubble, but they're not. We're just not the same hormonally. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's okay for us to accept the hormone stuff for women, but they don't accept our hormone challenges as men. It's really interesting. It's really interesting. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't want to get into the whole relationship shit, but it's really interesting though, for sure. For sure.
With what? What flat fucking what?
Vax and Pike could have... The way that man jokes on you, I'm sure you can work something out.
Johandy said, Villanueva said, yo, what up? I finally made it to a live. What's good, bro? How are you, man? Welcome, bro. By the way, guys, let me send this to you guys really quick while you guys are here. Let me see if I can get a link for you guys. If you guys are unaware about the Phantom Troop stuff, because I know some people have been asking me what it is, it's essentially our new community so I know a lot of people that are on Discord, that they also are in a ton of other Discords, and it could get a little overwhelming because we have about 6,000 to 7,000 people on Discord, but it's just too convoluted. People are in and out too much, and things just aren't communicated well there. So I have a new community called the Phantom Troop. It's actually not on Discord. It's like its own particular platform, and it's geared just for us in the community here. It's invite only. I've been putting it in all of the videos as of late, like just the links so you guys can, head over there. And then I basically send the invite, you guys get invited, and then go from there. But I just put it in the chat. So head over there, become part of the community over there, because it's a lot of like behind the scenes stuff. You guys get to see things that really don't show up on YouTube. You guys get to catch things that I'm working on outside of YouTube. A lot of stuff is ahead of time. So yeah, and the cool part about that also is the fact that I'll have a la carte Patreon content over there for free. What does that mean? That doesn't mean everything's coming from Patreon over there, but the stuff that you guys participate in over there, the challenges, helping me out on certain content, suggesting certain things, X, Y, and Z, you actually collect coins that you can cash out for Patreon content. It's actually really dope. Some of you guys that are here are over there already, so y'all could vouch for it if y'all, but again, it's free. So, but yeah, so Strata said, preach. Any reason why you choose Phantom Troop in particular as a group name? Cause, bro, Hunter x Hunter, bro, what you mean? That's the squad, bro. It's like, yo, that squad is crazy, bro. Phantom Troop is fire. But yeah, so I just wanted something dope. It's like, it's not for everybody, right? It's for people that just kind of want to be closer and build more of a community with myself. I want, more cooler relationships and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you guys will be able to recommend stuff for me. I've been chatting with a lot of other people over that I haven't really been able to chat to on YouTube. And then I'll probably start announcing, to be honest with you, I think I'm probably going to do it this week. The weekly giveaways that I've been doing here on YouTube for the Amazon gift cards and stuff, I think I'm just going to put it over to there. Because I was like, all right, how do I verify that the person that's in the chat is the person that comes over to the Phantom Troop? Because there's no linkage for that. So I think I'm just going to be doing the giveaways for the channel on the Phantom Troop weekly. It might just be the easiest way to do it. And the developer of the app is like really on top of it with me. So like I've been like recommending certain things to the app. They've been running with this shit. So because it's a smaller company, and they're really close with me, like we're able to make new adjustments and shit on the fly. Like, all right, cool, this isn't working, cool, let's get this popping. And then it starts working. They're adding all these new features based on what I'm helping them with, which is really fucking dope. So I'm really fucking excited about it. So I said the Phantom Troop is the place we need to be, bro. It's so fucking fun over there, bro. Like, honestly, like I wake up and that's where I go to first. I just want to see what people's talking about. No Tower God today. I know, bro. Look, Toshi's on work right now, which is awesome because the industry is finally picking back up in LA. So he's on set right now for Sherman Showcase Season 2. So show him some love because I know he wanted to be there on stream, but also he's making his money too, you know what I'm saying? So that's fucking dope. It's fucking awesome. I always want to see my bros win, so that shit makes me feel so good. But yeah, yo man, advice question. When you first started off, how did you start with promoting your brand? Well, it's funny that you said that because when I first started, my channel was a tech channel. I started off doing tech only. It was called Absolutely Tech, which is why it's Absolutely Tech. It was actually a tech channel first. And then right after that, when I started doing some reactions, I was like, well, I want to do more than just that. And what I had seen with Ismahawk is because we were only doing Nightwing the series shit, people only wanted us to do Nightwing stuff. And it bottlenecked, it like put us in a box. So anything we did outside of that, people were like, oh, when's Nightwing the series season 2 coming out? We're like, fuck, like we kind of want to do more than just Nightwing, right? Like we're a film company. We want to do film. We want to make movies. So I didn't want to put myself in a box, right? So I was like, well, let me just not do that and do all of this. So that's what I did. So I changed it to Absolutely Geeked, to all geek culture stuff. Problem was SEO, search engine optimization, it's an acronym, didn't like the fact that I was doing tech and anime stuff. So when I started doing tech stuff on the channel, it kept suppressing it. It wouldn't share it because the majority of my videos now and the views I was getting were all related to anime. So I had to stop doing tech videos because it was actually hurting my channel. And then when I took a break 2 years ago for like 3 months because I was going through a lot of shit, when I came back, my channel was completely suppressed. I would do a video and nobody would know I posted it. People wouldn't watch it. And I've been struggling since to push my channel back up in search. And that's just the real of it. It's kind of disheartening at times. I'm being completely honest with you. It is a little rough to know that you've built something over a period of time and you have to take a break because your mental health is at stake and you're just not really there and there's a lot going on, and then you come back and find out that your whole shit is crushed. Like that shit is, it's a little disheartening, I'm not gonna lie. It's very disheartening. But yeah. But advice I would say is this, is figure out what you want to try to do and play in that space. I know consistency is a big thing, but don't get overly consistent. What does that mean? Don't get stuck in, okay, I need to do a video a day. That sounds good in theory, but when you're just starting out, you're gonna start overloading things too early. It's almost like New Year's resolutions. People go to like, I want to lose weight. They go to the gym every day for 2 weeks, and after that they stop because they're completely burnt out, right? They need to slowly build into that. YouTube's a little interesting because it's creative. So if you're not super creative, it's got to take a little bit of time to start building that muscle and thinking about things differently and stuff like that. So pace yourself early on with your consistency. What does that mean? Maybe do a video every 2 weeks. Just to give you some time to breathe in between videos, not to really rush and push that stress on you, but that type of stuff. So that's what I would suggest early on, is that. So, and that's just my personal opinion on how to start. And then as you start to grow, you start to get better at it and so on and so forth. And you'll produce more content because you're getting better.
I was hoping you would swing back through again.
But yeah.
I've missed you. Are you here on business?
Justin said, I find her channel through DBS. Turner Power Reactions. The community was booming at that point in time. Yeah, it was popping, bro. Like we were really doing some dope shit. And then Naruto just kept it going. And then after that, when I started taking a break, it just fucking went to doo doo. So, but you know, we'll figure it out. Keep pushing, and you know, which is why I really want to make sure that what I'm doing outside of here, outside of YouTube, anyways, is still growing and doing well.
Be more for your dinner. You will be more than that dear now.
AOT movie rumors, your thoughts? I really hope there's no movie, bro. I really hope. I really don't want a movie for the end of that. That would really be annoying. It's like, all right, cool, we're gonna end on a movie. It's like everybody's gonna want to watch the movie. I get it. I get the business decision, but I'm just like, I don't know. Artica said, you probably don't remember, but I DM'd you a while back on IG about my manga. It's releasing next month. Thanks for all the advice. Yo, bro, thank you, man. That's dope. Make sure you let me know when it drops, bro. Donna said, we are here, my guy. You're not gonna have a hard fall if you fall at all. We are here. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, Straw Hat. Rogue said, oh my god, I still remember that Madara reaction you said. How do you stop this guy? Yo, real shit, bro. That dude is, man, Madara is so dope, bro. He's so fire. He's such a dope character.
Won't Vex be... I'm the brains of this operation. For brains.
Yeah.
For brains. As he told me...
Stupid feather head.
No way they fit all the chapters in a 2-hour time frame. I mean, it just depends on when they stop season 4. If they are going to go into a movie. You know what I mean? So, because the last battle could be a movie, for sure. 2Pixel2 said, it's been a while. Good to see you, man. I just moved to Australia. Oh, shit. Where did you move to, bro? What city? And where did you move from? How much time you spend doing montage? What do you mean, facts? What you mean, montage? What does that mean? What are you pertaining to, sir?
Skanky goat gropers up to no good.
2Pixel, you're on the Gold Coast? Yeah, we gotta link up, bro. That's where I live. So if you're unfamiliar, what part of the Gold Coast are you in? I don't want an AOT movie, but it probs won't turn out better production-wise. What? I don't want an AOT. Oh, got you. I mean, I hope that that's the fact, right? But they still may do fucking CGI. 2Pixel, you're in Robina? Bro, I just moved from Robina, bro. I'm in Oxenford. That's crazy. Yo, that's wild. Where were you at before?
Food run, dummy.
The time slots only got like 5 episodes left for this part. Oh, really? Well, fuck. I guess that is. Unfortunately. This anime is so fucking good. It's not an anime, but the show is so funny, bro. Oh, you lived in England. Oh, dope. So yeah, you had the easy transition.
You think? Why don't you 3 head to the second floor? It's not such a hit.
You had that Commonwealth. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any tips for someone trying to get into YouTube reaction game? Honestly, bro, I wish I did, because it's gonna be hit and miss. Like my shit don't even pop the way it used to, so I have no idea. I would say watch what you want to watch and see if a community fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's really kind of where to start. I wish I had a better... Some things that work for people only work for them. And what I mean by that is this. Casey Neistat, perfect. Let me know if you guys know who Casey Neistat is. Let me know in the comments. Do you know who Casey Neistat is? Hit yes if you guys get it, and I'll explain what I mean.
Aha!
Is planning. Documents are evident. You must.
So S said yes. Scrub Manjaro said nope. I don't know who that motherfucker is. Skill said no. Lamar, no. Okay. Okay, so Casey Neistat was doing vlogs. Let me see if I could pull him up really quick so you guys can at least see what he looks like. So this is Casey Neistat, just so you guys are aware of who he is.
What is going on here? Huh.
That's Casey Neistat, okay? So, Casey Neistat was doing daily vlogs a few years ago, literally every day, okay? And he was first kind of guy with GorillaPod, DSLR, mic, and electric skateboard and drones doing like daily vlogs. Massive success out of nowhere. Bang, took off, right? People were like, oh shit, the way to do this and get popular is do daily vlogs. I need to get a drone, a DSLR, a Joby GorillaPod, and an electric skateboard, and I can make videos like Casey Neistat. Problem is they're not Casey Neistat. What does that mean? Casey Neistat has a particular set of skills that allow him to be a certain person on camera. Number two, he is from the film world, so he knows how to story tell. He knows how to utilize the equipment in a way that tell a compelling story through a vlog. It's not just the tools, right? So his particular work that he did prior to YouTube, on top of his skill set of being on camera, on top of his skill set of utilizing the tech, made it possible for his videos to be, one, extremely good, and two, have that accelerative growth that really only he could get. You know what I'm saying? So what do I mean by that? So back to your question is, while I can say this is how I did it, it may or may not work for you. You know what I'm saying? Based on your personality, based on, I know people that literally do reactions, bro, don't say a fucking word. They don't say anything. They just sit there and watch it. They'll talk afterwards for like 20 minutes about it. And they have tons of views, right? Tons. What I've noticed on my reactions is people don't want to hear anything I have to say after the videos are, once I'm done reacting, they click off. They don't want to hear anything that I have to say about it, which is weird, but I can tell by analytics, right? People are like, oh, why don't you, some people are like, yo, you should do more lengthy recaps at the end. It's like, but people don't get there. They don't want to watch me talk about it. They want to see my, they want to see that from me. Does that make sense? So even though I may have insight or my thoughts on a series, X, Y, and Z, they don't want to see that from me. They want to see my crazy reaction, right? In the same way with AOT, because they're like, oh, well, you've read it, your reactions aren't as good. It's like, well, I'm reacting to different stuff and I'm comparing it to the manga or talking about things that I've seen in this that I'm like, oh, this is really interesting of how they interpreted it. But because I'm not oohing and on because I know the story, to them, it's not a reaction. It's not, oh, this isn't worthy of me seeing because you're not over the top and going crazy, right? So I think in that regard, it's figuring out what makes you you and what people are attracted to you with. Like, okay, they like me because of this. And you'll find that as you create, right? You'll find a niche, and there's going to be people like you that have wanted to see people like you do reactions. As weird as that sounds, you have to keep in mind there's 7.5 billion people on the planet, right? You have people that are like you that want to see you do that. Does that make sense? It's really, it sounds crazy, but I promise you, I promise you. So that's just the realization of it.
Oh.
Stay so quiet in that. Stay so quiet in that.
You've got yourself into idea.
Hey, bro, I appreciate it, man. It's all good. I just want to make sure that I don't like gassing people. I don't like telling people, I don't like telling people something that sounds like a generic answer. Oh, if you only do this and do this every day, you'll be successful. That's not fucking true. That's just not true, bro. Like there's a lot of luck involved in this as well. But sometimes it takes time to get your luck. Does that make sense? Like I was taught that luck is an acronym for labor under correct knowledge. So you have to put in the work and figure out what it is that you want to do. But the work, the time of work, is all predicated on the market. So sometimes you'll pop off early, sometimes it'll be later. But you kind of have to just stay consistent and going until, you know what I'm saying? Until you get to that point of like, oh shit, like I finally got to my luck. But you have to get there first. And sometimes it's a longer journey than others, but you can't be upset at others for getting there before you. You know what I mean? Like, damn, this person's killing it. Why am I not killing it? Because it hasn't hit for you yet. But don't get discouraged because it hasn't hit for you yet. You just have to keep going. Because certain people will fall off, and they just will fall off, and then people will find you. And like, oh, who's this guy? He's been talking. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. People always talk about skill versus luck, when in reality, they aren't mutually exclusive to one another. 1,000%, bro. I don't think it's one or the other. Sometimes it's just pure luck, but it's usually really rare. Of just like, I woke up one morning and I have $1 million. Like that's really rare. That's really rare, bro. You know. So yeah. But most, I like even with the show that we just produced. Hold on. What was I talking about? I'm so sorry. I had to click this. Hold on really quick. Somebody said, dope string as always. I'm going to head run some errands. Stay safe. Hey, bro, I appreciate you, Zero. Yo, just watch the Doombreaker Part 2 video. Can't wait for you to get further into it. Yeah, bro. Doombreaker is so fucking tight. It's so good. I really like it a lot so far. Hold on, what did it say? Somebody said, Troy Masters Geekdom. Do you know the Pokemon report? Geekdom? Geekdom? I'm not Geekdom. I'm not Geekdom. Maybe you follow Geekdom and that was just like your autocorrect. But yeah, I know Vaporeon.
This guy.
Yep. Yep.
Nice one.
You found it.
In the bush.
What else y'all on right now, bruh? Troy said out of pocket. Troy out of pocket. He said Vaporeon Tail Whip and Attract can get this D because it stays wet. What? What are you talking about, bruh? What you are right now?
You know what, guys? You know what?
So cold.
No. You know what?
This dude said Daisy.
Weeks. We could be drunk for weeks. Drunk for weeks. We could be.
Jules potions? Is this a troll? Jules potions? Is this a troll?
I learned today that the same phrase, jack of all trades, actually isn't the whole phrase, and the whole phrase really brightened my day. Bro, I did. I actually did a post on that on my Instagram. I gotta pull it out. But yeah, it's the whole phrase. I don't know why I'm brain farting right now. I'll just pull it up. But I'll actually put it in the Phantom Troop later because I did a story post on this. I don't know, 5 months ago on my IG. It's like Jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. It's like it's one of those concepts of like you may not be a master of anything, but you may be more valuable, right? So Don Stacy still got the Benz, the C43, yes. I don't know for how much longer though. I'm kind of getting tired of it. I'm kind of getting tired of it. Like I love it, right? But I like cars too much, so I just want more cars. Like cars for me are like how people collect Pokemon cards. You know what I'm saying? Like I just love cars. Like cars are like my number one squeeze, bro.
You wanted Uriel to send the entire. You wanted Uriel to send.
It's coming to an end. The entire world.
What is he?
All right. When we ruled, the entire world.
What is he?
Did you say we?
Oh. Jacob said, just recommendation based off other manga like SSS Class, Suicide Hunter. Okay. You going to get into Demon Slayer manga? I am not, unfortunately. I kind of just want to watch it. I just joined. What you editing? I'm editing Vox Machina reaction right now. Do you branch out and connect with other reaction channels or not? Look, we have a Discord server for some of the reactors. Really, the only other reaction channel I talk with often is like Reanimated, because like me and Sherm are just real cool. I think also just business-wise, we kind of see things very similarly. So, like, I just love chatting with him. Like, if you guys see some of the podcast stuff that I do, like I've done a couple podcasts with Sherm already. And then like Tyrone, like he's a great asset just to chat with him and talk to him about shit. Again, I've done multiple reactions with him as well. All right, Shiro, bro, appreciate you, man. Have a good one, bro. So I think in that regard, like having conversations with him has been really awesome. So yeah, those two are probably the ones that I talk to the most.
You see that? Neck.
Oh shit. You watch the other reactors? I don't. Like some, depending on the reaction, I'll jump in. And depending on the reaction, I'll definitely leave a comment as well. Like if it's the bros, like Reanimated, like like we were watching Demon Slayer, I just wanted to see like what their thoughts were on it. So while I'm like after I post mine, I'll go check theirs out while I'm doing a thumbnail or something like that, or I'm just responding to the comments with you guys. I'll go over there and watch their reaction while I'm doing that. Leave a comment on their video just to support. But yeah. We got no best.
You watch yourself, peasant.
If the three of you are ready, let me kill this inflated windbag.
Illusion. Mushoku Tensei's second part is on Patreon. Yes. I had got a fucking copyright strike from Mushoku, so I had to move it, which is fucking so annoying. But if you guys join the Phantom Troop, which is the link that's pinned to the top of the thing, I'm gonna be doing a la carte for that, and you guys will be able to earn coins in the Phantom Troop to actually do that and watch that for free. So just head over there. Like that's our community over there for people that really just want to get closer to me, the behind the scenes stuff, the things that I'm working on. You guys get to help me with that type of shit as well. So the next car better be equipped to fit Baby Donis. Not Baby Donis. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be something that's more practical. But I don't know. I really like my car that I have now, but again, a part of me really misses like a real sports car, like a real sports car. Like I really miss it. So maybe just not yet.
Green
We'll see.
Lantern. Oh, sight. Ooh.
You up to date with Boruto manga still? I mean, I haven't seen this chapter because we were supposed to read it today, but obviously Toshi, yeah,
Hey.
he's on set, so, but we will be for sure.
Chill. Hey. Oh, he moving. Okay. Oh. He just ripped his tooth.
Yep, I'm a genius. Council of Tal'Dorei. Honorary members of honorary
How long does it take you to edit a video? It depends on the video. It depends on what I'm doing while I'm editing, because I'm usually multitasking while I'm doing it. So, just depends.
myself.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if you sold. Where's our reward? You're holding it. The deed to your new key. Here in your mouth.
I'm only really familiar with your reaction channel, but just curious what the Phantom Troop is about and what do you do outside of your reactions? Well, ironically, the Phantom Troop actually shows everything that I do outside of YouTube. So it shows like the back, basically think of it like inside, think of it like MTV Cribs vibes, right? You get the like the whole behind the scenes vibes of everything. And then obviously we talk about all types of shit over there, animation. It's like basically a community space, but it's specifically for Absolutely Geek. So it's not Discord, it's its own fucking thing. And then the dope part about that is over there, like I said before, when you guys converse with me over there, when you guys help out with certain things that I'm trying to work on, you actually gain coins for Patreon content that I'll be putting up there, you know, so you guys can actually get free Patreon content for helping me out with certain things. It's actually really fucking dope. So for those that just can't support financially, but maybe you want to help with helping me with ideas or coming up or helping me spread things out or just chatting about shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's actually really fucking sick. And I appreciate the content compliment, brother. Appreciate it. What anime did you struggle with the most when it came to strikes? When it came to strikes,
You're quite delightful, really.
hold on. Demon Slayer season 1 and 7 Deadly Sins. Yeah.
In fact,
You got.
I ate this.
got it like a fish, which I got unless you went.
Oh. Yep. Picked it up. Not while she's drinking tea.
Let me see. Corduroy Bear says, meant to ask how you liking it so far. It sounds like you're editing episode 2, maybe. You are correct. You are 100% correct.
Legend of Vox Machina.
Oh, and then One Piece was another one, which is why I stopped doing One Piece reactions entirely.
Patreon.
And then recently it was To Your Eternity and Mushoku Tensei. And those, I was just like, bro, this is annoying. Yeah, I was like, all right, well, see you later. Unfortunately, that was just the way that the cookies crumbled, bro. Anime you watched, in your opinion, when it came to enjoyability? Honestly, some of the enjoyability. See, it's hard because enjoyability. There's things that I enjoy, but things I just get bored with, right? And it might have been ReZero, to be honest with you. You know, that's kind of like the biggest thing for me is ReZero just felt like you were doing. It felt like the game Anthem. Have you played the game Anthem before? Anthem, real pretty game, some really cool mechanics, but every fucking mission felt like a reskin version of the previous mission. That is what ReZero feels like to me. It's like we're doing the same thing over and over, just reskin missions. Like I was like, look. And then the main character to me, while I know a lot of people may resonate with that character, that type of character doesn't resonate with me at all. You know, I've never dealt heavily with depression and stuff like that, so I know some people are saying like he has depression and shit, so I can't really speak on that. But I really like characters that have some kind of focus, some kind of motive, want to grow, can see growth, that are inquisitive. I like those types of main characters because that's me. Like I want to find a character that I can visualize myself with. You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, that's what I attach to. Just like anybody else, right? Anybody usually attaches to characters that they resonate with. So for me, Subaru, early on, I liked some of the stuff, but there was parts of him that reminded me of me. And the fact that he wasn't growing was irritating me. It was like watching a version of me that never figured it out. You know what I'm saying? And it was really frustrating. And I was like, I can't watch this. I can't do it, bro. Hamid of Winterfell says, yo, your dancing on IG was fire. You should post more, my guy. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man. 2Pixel2 said, I don't really fuck with Subaru either. For example, Boji in Ranking of Kings is a great character. Times me Dragon Ball vibes in the world. Times me? Or gives me Dragon Ball vibes in the world. Look, Boji is fucking awesome. Like, he's so lovable, but it's his determination. It's his want to prove something, right? But not in an arrogant way. Like, he wants to be something, and he wants to be respected, even while people laugh at him. In public, he brushes it off, but when he's by himself, it affects him, right? Like, those types of things I can resonate with, right? Obviously, I'm not a mute, but the philosophy around Boji is what I really fuck with, right? All his lost moments of him, having people that he thought he could trust betray him, those types of things I've lived through, you know, so I can immediately attach to the philosophy of Boji. So I love that. Just said I can't get it to ReZero either. 2Pixel says, I'm liking the Gold Coast so far, man. Just wish shit wasn't as far away without having a car. Look, I mean, it is really spread out. Like, Gold Coast is really spread out. But you're in a real central area, though. Like, Robina is kind of close to everything. But maybe it's because I have a car. So that could be a thing, too. But yeah, we definitely got to link up, man. If I can get a coffee or some shit. Tower of God's main character, Bomb, hit too close. Bro, Bomb is fucking dope. Like, there's parts of Bomb where I'm like, damn. Like, but I think guys, not all guys, but a lot of guys. I know Nougats, I can speak for it. Nougats, we had, like, there's a point in time in high school, we a little bit more emotional than most. You know what I'm saying? So we'll simp over a chick, you know what I'm saying? Do dumb shit. Like, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. So in that regard, I can definitely empathize with his blind nature of, I'll do anything for you. I know that. I've been that, you know? So I'm like, yo. But reading Tower of God, bro, I actually was, because I posted one of the first few episodes of Tower of God on Patreon on the Phantom Troop, and I was like, I was just looking at the episodes, I forgot how fucking dope Tower of God's animation was. I forgot. So I was watching, I was like, yo, this shit look fire. Like, I was like, oh shit, I forgot what. So I actually might go rewatch it just on like while I'm editing shit or whatever. Because oh man, that fucking show is awesome, dude. So fucking awesome. I actually really, really like Tower of God. But obviously we read it, so. How far are y'all with Tower of God? We're on, oh man, we're up there. Let me see. On Tower of God, we just read chapter 438. So season 3, episode 21. We just read that. So, react to Boruto. I will do that once we, not absolutely simped. Well, say, oh yeah, we'll do that once Toshi is offset. So probably like Monday. It maybe earlier than that, but I know for sure Monday would probably be the closest. But I do know Toshi's moving as well, so there's a lot of factors to play into it. So we'll keep you posted on when we can. But I definitely wanna watch it for sure. He said, I'm loving Attack on Titan right now. Is there any other anime similar to it? I can't find none. To be honest, bro, Attack on Titan is a one of one, bro. Like, it's just a one of one. Yeah. Like, they'll try to be like, oh, this is like, nothing is like Attack on Titan. And it's not even a gas. Like, I'm not trying to write it or anything like that. Like, it's a one of one type of anime. There'll be animes that come out that take how Attack on Titan did storytelling. I guarantee it. Like, it's just a one of one. In the same way that I know people are saying that, you know, I haven't seen Monster, but I know people say like, oh, well, Monster and Death Note are very similar. But yeah, I don't know anything that is like Attack on Titan. So Dimbin, he's really on React to chapter 67. Yeah, I got that from you. I see that it's important to you. We will get there, just not today. Did you see that Tyrone Magnus video on the spider in Australia? Yeah, I mean, but I saw that like a week before he posted it. So, you talking about the one where the babies were up there and then the huntsman, you see the bigger huntsman go like that and go back? Yeah, I mean, huntsmans they're fucked. They're so big, bro. Huntsmans are fucking massive, bro. They can get really big. Like, they have smaller babies, but the small babies for people in the States may be big. But then again, too, it just depends on where. Because I know in Vegas, there's some pretty big spiders in Vegas, dude. Like if you go into the desert, like the non-city desert parts of Vegas, like you'll run into some, you know, bigger wolf spiders. You may see a couple tarantulas around. Like, there's some, you know, you have camel spiders in Vegas. Like, there's some pretty massive insects in Vegas. So, you know. Bro, you realize spamming that makes us want to read that chapter less. Facts. No, I don't see that. Like, that's the thing, too. Like, obviously, like, the internet likes to poke fun on extremities, right? So what I mean by that is you have things that are ridiculous. So the internet obviously wants to feed into that. Meaning, while there are a lot of big insects in Australia and big spiders, it's not something that you see all the time, you know? Like, you just don't, they're just not everywhere. Like, I know people are like, oh, you guys have crazy snakes out there. It's like, yeah, but it's not like they're like in the shopping mall. Like, you're like walking through the mall and see a snake just cross. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, if you're up against the bush somewhere, yeah, you'll probably have a few snakes. I had a snake in my backyard 2 weeks ago, but it was small and it ran the fuck off, right? Well, slithered the fuck off. But it's not like, you know, brown snake. It's not a fucking python. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you'll see those up in the mountains and shit in the same way that you'll see a rattlesnake in Vegas. Like, you'll see a diamondback in the mountains. and that's hella deadly. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's just one of those things of, because Australia has this stigma of having the most dangerous things. It's like, yeah, but the most dangerous things are nowhere near where people live. People don't live in the outback and they don't live in the ocean. So people are pretty cool here. Like, you don't hear it every day, oh, another person dies due to a fucking spider bite, or, you know, a jellyfish or a shark attack. You know what I'm saying? Two picks that I ain't seen shit. Been here for 3 weeks, bro. So I'm saying, bro, like, it's just, you know how it is. Especially, and no offense, but especially in America. I'm saying this because I am American. Especially in America, where everything is over exaggerated and people in America don't travel outside the state. So they just assume what they see on TV or National Geographic is exactly how that country is. It's like, bruh, like, you do know people don't just ride around kangaroos out here. Cause it's like, it's real funny. So, yeah. I know I usually have my... But, you know, that's just what it is, you know. I gotta be like, God damn Americans. You're making us look bad. Hold on. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. We had cougars, we had we have mountain lions in Mount Charleston in Vegas. We have coyotes. Like, come on, bro. Like, what? I don't think there's mountain lions in here. I've never seen a bear. You know what I mean? Like, there's bears in Cali, like in the forest, bro. You go hike and see a bear. Like, what? Come on, bro. Like, it's just relative. Like, you don't hear it because it's not like the venomous, or, you know what I'm saying? It's weird that in America, because America's so large, so like, and it's so inexpensive to travel within America, I think, and there's so much to do in America that people just they don't really go out of it. But culturally, there's so many cultural differences outside of America, which is why America's like, oh, well, we're land of the free. It's like, you do know how many countries are free? Like, you do know, like, it's not the only country that is free, right? Like, it's just really interesting, but it's just because people haven't had the ability to travel outside, experience other cultures. Oh, we're the best country. At what, though? Like, what's the criteria that you said we're the best at? Because we don't lead a lot of the criteria. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what do you mean by best? So it's just really interesting. It's interesting for sure. There it is. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You gagging it. Right. Back.
The way that man jokes on you.
Let's pull that back. Ignorance is bliss. Is it though? Is it though? U.S. isn't free anyways. People get censored out the butt. But that's what I mean, bro. Like, I mean, look, yeah. What is the climate like in Australia? Like, weather? Is that what you mean? Like, climate like that? Where I'm at in Gold Coast, it's really fucking humid. Really humid. It's not as bad as Florida humidity, but it's humid. If you go more south to Sydney, it's cooler, but can also have some pretty hot summers. Melbourne is colder still and has the most sporadic weather I've ever seen in a city, ever. It will be sunny in the morning, rain in the afternoon, and be freezing at night. Like, the weather in Melbourne is crazy. It's, you know what, it reminds me of Vegas in the sense that you really can't, it's really hard to predict what the weather's gonna be. Because there's been days in the winter in Vegas where it will snow, and then 2 days later, you're like, why the fuck does it feel like it's early summer? And then it'd be freezing again. Like, Vegas has crazy weather too. But yeah, Melbourne is kind of wild with it. Danny said, just put a request into the Phantom Troop. It's going to be dope. Bro, appreciate you, bro. Welcome. I'll be accepting all of them after the stream because I can't, because it's on the phone. So when you guys get accepted, you just have to go back. You should be getting like a confirmation email, and then you'll put the code in. Ball stuck to the leg weather. Not that bad. Sometimes. Pixel said, very humid. I'm used to wearing sweatshirts in cold weather. I can't take it off over here. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Let me see. What's the closer call to action? There we go. I've been watching reaction for a while. One thing I learned from you is the value of being self-aware and taking a step back, engaging your progress, and being mindful about your thoughts. Well, I appreciate that, man. I try as much as I can to not just talk. You know, like, I got something cool to say. I do like to digest a little bit.
To kill this track. In the skilly dude on.
Just let me put this in here. This should go down here.
It's not for everybody because not everybody.
Let's go here. Let this thing.
Everybody wants to do, be a part of something like that, but good to go. But I also form. It's called the fan.
All right, so we got that.
I didn't say that. You know what time it is.
You know what time it is, bitch. That's loud. Pull this back. Adonis, what happened to the Ismahawk
You know what time it is.
Snyder Cut review? What you mean? Is it not there anymore? Did we take it down? Nah, did we? Yeah, I think we did take it down. Hold on. Let me. It might be unlisted. Let me see. Sales collaborations. We might have taken it down. We might have blocked it. Let me just see. I'm just curious to see what we did with it. Let me switch accounts really quick. It is. It would be. Yeah, we unlisted it. Yep. It's there. It's just unlisted. It's unlisted, cuz. Primarily it's because of what we're doing on the channel upcoming, like trying to get the expectations of what is going to be on the channel. That's the kind of challenge, though, right? It's like making sure that people know what to expect on the channel.
Keep getting them true.
And keeping things concise. I'm getting really sweaty right now. I should probably go inside. It's starting to get really humid right now, and this hoodie is not helping. Will you be reacting to Bleach from the beginning still? Yeah, I mean, I had started doing a series called Does It Hold Up? And people weren't watching it. So I'll probably start from that point where I started there. And then just continue from that point. But yeah, I will be doing that. Right. Render. Sweet. So while that is rendering, let's chat real quick before I sign off. He said post unlisted link in the chat then. I'll talk to Danny about it and see if that's something that he wants to do. Obviously there's a reason why he pulled it. So we have a meeting in literally 13 minutes anyway. So I'll discuss it with him then. So it's all good. But yeah, man, have you watched Reactor Mob Psycho? Yeah, season 1 and 2. I think both of those are also on Patreon. But I did put season 2 reactions of Mob Psycho on actually Mob Psycho season 1 I don't think was on Patreon. I didn't think I had a Patreon at the moment. Season 2 though is on Patreon, and that's also being put on the Phantom Troops. If you guys can't support financially over on Patreon, you do have the opportunity of earning coins to then check out them a la carte over there. So that could be cool if that's something you want to do. And that link is obviously at the top of the chat. Season 3, man, that was the biggest swindle I've ever seen an anime pull to a community of fans. I'm sorry. You're going to have 100 days of a countdown to then tell people that, hey, we are working on season 3. Thanks. Like, cool, bro. You got everybody all hyped about that to then tell them about an announcement? That's trash. That's so cold, bro. I was like, damn, that is crazy. Talk about a disappointment. Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh, tomorrow's the day. We're working on season 3. Bruh, what? That's dirty. Are you going to react to the Dragon Ball movie on the channel or just watch it on your own? Depends. I want to see it in theater, but a part of me doesn't want to watch it. I don't like the way that it looks, to be completely honest with you. I don't like the 3D assets, and I don't like it. So I'm like, dude, do I want to watch this shit? Like, do I want to watch it? Dragon Ball I have a love-hate with Dragon Ball, right? Cheater Slags, hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you for being new here. Appreciate you for stopping by. All right, Mateo, appreciate you, man. It's a little tricky to do the copyright stuff, but I think about doing manga reactions. Manga stuff, I can do stuff with Webtoon for sure. But it's because I'm an ambassador, so I have to be really cognizant of what I put here on the channel. So if it's not on Webtoon, I really can't do it here, which is why certain things that I do is on Twitch, not here. Or on Patreon, but not here. That's just what that is, you know what I'm saying? So Webtoon stuff, if it's on Webtoon, I can do it. But if it's not, then I have to do it elsewhere. So just something to think about. Hey, and let's see. What do you say? So you didn't like the Broly movie? I love the Broly movie. But the animation in the Broly movie was fucking incredible. The animation in the Dragon Ball movie looks weird because it's 3D. The whole movie is 3D. And I'm like, I don't know how I like the aesthetic. So yeah, that one's gonna be interesting. It looks like the mold dragon. It doesn't look bad like that. It's just animation like that moves different. And I think that's the issue that I have with it. The reason why people say 3D looks wonky, it's because of how it's rendered. They're not rendered in the same manner that the 2D animation is. Like, usually 2D animation, and correct me if I'm wrong, but people that are into like that actually follow this stuff hardcore, I believe Japanese anime, the drawn stuff is anywhere between 12 and 18 frames a second, but it's played back at 24 frames a second, which is why it's so snappy. But the animation, the 3D stuff, I believe is at 24 frames or 30 frames a second. So it's way smoother. So it just doesn't have the snappiness, which is why when it's placed in with other 2D assets, it looks wonky. It's like, well, why the fuck is this moving so smooth and whatever, and this is so snappy? It looks weird. So, yeah. Facts, Broly movie was slick and smooth. With the new movie, looks kind of chunky. It won't flow nicely. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's really dope. But from what I've seen in the trailers, which is why I didn't do a reaction to it. I first saw the first clip. I saw a clip of the first trailer, and I was like, nah, I'm not reacting to this. And I just watched it, and I was like, I'm glad I didn't, because I would have dogged it. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. But that's the thing, though. It's the only reason I'm watching because of Gohan. I don't know. I am hit and miss with Gohan just because of, I think because of the fandom wants him to be something that he's not. And I think at times maybe the story contradicts how they want to portray him. And I think that's probably why. You know what I mean? So I'll give you an example. Gohan never wanted to be a fighter. Never wanted to be a warrior. He wanted to be a scholar. He wanted to be smart. That's what he wanted to do. That's why he always ran from fights. He never wanted to fight. Even when Piccolo was training him, he didn't want to fight. When he was on Namek, he had to do what he had to do, but he was scared a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? He would only rage out when his dad got hurt or when a friend got hurt. He would get really upset, right? But he was never a fighter. He never wanted to be a fighter. When it came to the whole Cell Saga, you know, obviously he was training. He was like, you know, I don't want to be, you know, this little bitch anymore, blah, blah, blah. And his dad was like, all right, well, I'll train you up or whatever. Make you a Super Saiyan. All right, cool. But even still in that fight, like, he couldn't really Zod out until his friends were getting taken out. And then he ended up raging, go Super Saiyan 2, right? But then right after that, what happened? He went back to being a scholar, a teenager. He wanted to be a scholastic kid, right? Cool, that's fine. And then Vegeta's talking shit to him, like, oh, bro, all this time, you ain't got no stronger, bro. He was like, nigga, I'm in school. Like, I'm chasing bitches. Like, what you mean? Like, what you mean? Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, we chilling. He's not a warrior. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's that aspect of it where people are like, well, Gohan was so dope in the Cell Saga. It's like, yeah, but like, it's because of how they wrote him. They wanted him to have a moment. They wanted Goku to train him to have a moment. Cool. But right after that, he went to being who he actually was, which is a scholar. And so I just feel like he's so conflicted, like how they write Gohan. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hit and miss with him, so. And I remember when Z started, was it Resurrection F happened. And people were like, why he in this tracksuit, blah, 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 he look whack. I'm like, because he a daddy and a scholar, bro. He don't give a fuck about none of this shit. That's who he is. Oh, he's trash now. He's never wanted to be a fighter, guys. Like, you want him to be a fighter because of how they say, oh, Gohan has all this potential and blah, 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 blah. Potential is a fancy word for saying you haven't done shit yet. That's it. Everybody has potential. You have a lot of potential, bro. Cool. But if you don't want to do it, the potential means nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to do that, then it don't mean anything. That's like me saying, yo, yeah, Adonis, you have potential to be a recording artist. Dope. But I don't want to do that right now. So now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, now what? Oh, well. So it's one of those things where it gets to the point of that, you know? So, but again, like, what's the name says, his mom made him soft. He was always soft. He's not a warrior, guys. Just because he has the ability does not mean he wants to do that. That's it. How many singers do you know that are amazing singers but don't want to be recording artists? A lot. Oh, no, I don't know if I want to do that. And they have the capacity to make amazing music if they wanted to, but they don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? They're just not built like that. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers be hoping people are more than what they are. It's like, that's not what they want to do. So why are we having this conversation? So yeah, that's just how it is to me. And it proves in Tournament of Power as well. Like, he's supposed to be the leader of the team. That nigga didn't lead shit. He didn't lead a motherfucking thing. Why? Because he ain't built like that. That's why. He's not. He just isn't, bro. So, and they write him that way. So obviously he's not. It is what it is. I don't know what Boruto Chapter 67 is. I've only seen it like 87 times while I've been on this stream. I don't even know what Boruto is anymore. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But I gotta get moving. Upload this Vox Machina reaction shortly. Everybody that joined the Phantom Troop on the stream, I will be accepting your invite. So if you guys don't know what that is, just click the link at the top of the chat. Join. Check your email for the confirmation, and then we can chat more over there. Again, that's all the BTS shit that goes on with my life outside of YouTube and with YouTube shit. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys rocking with me while I edit the video and knock that out. And we just talk about all this type of crazy shit. So I appreciate you guys. Let me know, should I do more stuff like this? Should I do more shit like this? Let me know. How y'all feeling about it? And the people that did submit some super chats, bro, and donations, I appreciate you guys as well. Thank you so much. But I will catch you guys on the flippity flip. Till then, we out this time.